And with that, now we're going to go to Robert Craven. And before Robert, you start, I'm going to tell everyone watching right now that we're going to really bite into the networking. Don't worry, we're going to let our speakers speak. So over to Robert.
Hello, and how are you? It's great to be here. Can everyone hear me? I hope you can. I'm going to share slides almost straight away. Do 10 minutes very, very quickly. First big thing is thank you very much, everyone, for listening, being here. And now I want to see, I can't see my slides at all. That's peculiar. Why are my slides not up? Let's try again. Can someone confirm you can see my slides? Yes. Hooray, fantastic. So, okay, how to come out of the recession on top. I'm going to summarize this in one sentence, which is, we've all been here before with COVID. And the lessons have been learned. The key lesson is we need to be ambidextrous, left-handed and right-handed. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And we need to take action. And above all, we need to pray for a little bit of luck. I can't say this isn't about having a bit of luck. So the big quote that I'd like to give you comes from Ayrton Senna. You cannot overtake 15 cars in sunny weather, but you can when it's raining. And that is really the clue to everything that we're talking about here, okay? Just have a little think about that. You cannot overtake 15 cars in sunny weather, but you can when it's raining. So that's a great thing, because driving in the wet really isn't scary if you know how to approach it, and it's a great advantage. And that's really what we want to talk about. So today, the context. The good news is that there is a recipe. There are options that you have, and there are consequences of your choices. So you need to learn the lessons and take action. Okay. So the good news is it's a cycle. We see it going up and down and up and down. You can see the cycle from boom to bust, with little bits of growth and little bits of drops and so on and so forth. And you can see that looking into the future, that's exactly what's going to happen. So this is going up to the end of November, and you can see that probably it'll go something like that. Good news number two is that most recessions last 10 months. There have been 11 since 1950. The longest one was about 18 months. The shortest was about 2 months, but normally they're 10 months. That's really good news. And finally, there is a recipe for surviving. So what's that? The companies that outperformed last recession and the previous recession before that is from McKinsey, Bain, and Harvard Business Review. 1, they strategically invest. 2, they manage their workforces, thinking about the future. And 3, they unlock balance sheets. Now, what does that mean? Okay, well, in terms of results, those who did this, strategically invest and manage their workforces, unlock the balance sheets, saw 17% growth in compound interest rate. The others who shed the people, lost knowledge, hoarded the cash, flatlined. Okay, and here we've got 2 graphs. The first one comes from Bain, and the second one comes, you can see here, 14% in the long run benefit year on year. And again here, the resilience, the top people, way above the average. Okay, now what's actually going on here? Okay, we'll discuss that in a moment, but first let's look at what your choices are. 1, you can be defensive, close everything down. The results will be at best average, but probably not more than that. Closing down, hiding, not spending out. 2, you can be offensive, pushing while also being and trying to do stuff and being market savvy and being forward. And the answer is that most people who tried to do that got some successes, but they failed. So the results are a mixture, pretty average. The people who did really well got above average results. They were defensive and defensive. So in other words, what they did was they did loads of savings, but they have a very, very entrepreneurial in looking at their way forwards. So there you see these results that they get. Awesome results, the top line each time. So what are the lessons? From the pandemic, to be successful, 1, you needed to be lucky, right time, right place. 2, you needed deep pockets. Deep pockets come from running a great agency in the first place, making lots of money. But 3, you need to be strategically brilliant, agile, and have these deep pockets. Strategically brilliant and agile, ideally with the deep pockets. So the lessons are: be ambidextrous, left-handed, right-handed, be more agile. Okay, how do you do this? Usual stuff: investigate, identify the problem, decide what you're going to do, and act. How do you do this? What's the results? Well, who are the winners and losers in a recession? right now and from COVID, the losers were people doing project-based work, people doing retail right now, and web design and build. And the winners are people in PR, SEO, TikTok, creative consulting systems. We have over 300 clients, and this is where we're taking this from. So you can chase the opportunities, and I want to give you 9 opportunities that you could chase. 9 opportunities that people use going out of COVID, 9 opportunities that can actually work. Number 1, help clients navigate the stormy waters. They haven't got a clue what's going on. They don't know who to talk to. It is the job, the role of the agency to grab hold of their hand, explain what's going on, and show them how marketing can help them get hold of their customers, get hold of their clients, and that they can actually grow their agencies by getting closer and engaging more with clients, by helping clients, because clients don't just want somebody, the digital agency owner, they want somebody who can help them to grow their business. You're not your job title. You can do so much more than that. Secondly, price for profit. The agencies that did really well in COVID started value-added pricing, pricing based on results, pricing where the agency had skin in the game rather than project size or hourly. Those are the types of pricing which really don't do too well. 3, target clients that are too big. Too big? Yeah, because the clients who are too big for you are starting to look for economies of scale, and they're starting to look for the sorts of agencies that smaller businesses work with. So it's a really cute thing to do. So you go for the clients who you think are just slightly too big for you, because they're going to be coming down and they're going to be wanting to work with agencies like you as they go for a more economic size. And this works the whole way through. Number 4 is be readier than the rest for recovery. Difficult one, but actually resetting and repositioning your agency for probably 10 months, a year's time for what you predict to be what the environment's going to be like is a really neat way, and this is a very successful way for a number of agencies. High risk, don't know when the recession is going to end, but it's a really neat way of doing it. Number 5, move up the food chain within your clients. If you're talking to the marketing manager, you need to be talking to the marketing director. The digital marketing agenda is all about sales. It shouldn't be. It should be about marketing. We think marketing and digital marketing are the same. They're not. Marketing is about identifying who your customer is and how you can satisfy their needs and their wants. You should be in the boardroom of your clients, talking to the marketing director and helping the marketing director, if not the board, in thinking about how they manage the future. Everyone's talked about how you should be doing this consulting gig, but it's a piece that no one is doing properly right now. 1 or 2 who do have done stunningly well. 6, consultancy. We've got a client who was 25 before COVID. They're now 180. What have they done? They've gone from being paid media through to support for digital, through to digital transformation. Their website's gone from being pink and full of footballs and dogs to being very, very grown up. They have thought of themselves as business owners rather than agency leaders, and as a consequence, they have managed to maintain and grow their business at a phenomenal rate. Number 7 on the list is a new value proposition. Now is the time to refresh or pivot, but look at what the clients and the customers in the market really need. Look at your position in the market. Are you a commodity or are you something specific? If you're in web, we've already said it's going to be really difficult to survive. Think about creating a new business model, a new way of working. If you're currently working on projects, think about working in sprints. But this is the time to create a value proposition which is absolutely relevant to the needs and the wants of clients today. And my suspicion is your value proposition at best looks average or looks like everyone else's. Stand for something and be specific about who you work with and what they can get as a result of working with you. Most value propositions are pants. 8, video and social media. I've been working with a client, 80 people. They've got an intern in there doing TikTok. That person's generating all the sales for the business. Video, most digital agencies shy away from. They're not keen to do it because they don't quite understand how it works. From the client's point of view, it is the natural extension. YouTube video, YouTube adverts is the natural extension of paid media, of SEO, and they would expect you to do it. It's an opportunity for those of you who think with a business mind rather than an agency mind can actually do to make it happen. And number 9, mergers and acquisitions. Every day I'm getting agencies and I'm getting asking for, do I know people for sale? But I'm also getting agencies saying we're thinking of selling up. Now is the golden opportunity to do that. Andy Grove, as we come down to the rundown, said bad companies are destroyed by crisis, good companies survive them, great companies are improved by them. I totally agree. I think the opportunity is there. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? My friends, the glass is half full for those of you who really want to make the difference, who really want to take action, who really want to make stuff happen, who are leaning into the recession. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just pointing out what we've seen from those who've been successful. So my one sentence, we've been here before and the lessons have been learned. So be ambidextrous. So be thinking about saving, be looking at the balance sheet, be looking at the P&L, how you can reduce costs, but also have that entrepreneurial enthusiasm and passion for making stuff happen, and pray for a little luck. So if I were you, think, have we got the right model? Have we got the right proposition? If not, change it. Screw down your direct costs. Ideally, go for a narrower positioning and systematize the business. Think about a premium product and think really carefully about your pricing. Most people do not charge enough. And invest in the brand and the branding and the message and the messaging that you're delivering to people outside you. So there's a whole list within the deck, including at the top a recession checklist, which I advise you to look at. So this is based on research as well as elsewhere. And all I can say is thank you very, very much for listening. It's been great to be part of the book. Go get the book, enjoy the book, and go and do great things with your agency.
Fantastic. Robert, remind me next time we have you on board to sell tickets. It's been a real show.
I can do selling tickets if you want.
Perfect. Thank you so much.